All right, joining me right now is UFC featherweight Jacob Kilburn. Thank you, Jacob, for the time, man. You're sitting in Florida. How's life down there?
It's different. It's very different for sure. The training's different. The people are different. The roads are different. But it's good to shake it up, man. It's all around good since I've been here.
All right, now before we get more into down there at American Top Team, I wanted to talk about 2020, man. We haven't seen you the whole year. So was this something that you planned on doing? Just sit aside and train and get better and then return?
Not really, no. Like, I mean, I wanted to take a little bit of time since we made the move here, to improve on some stuff and get, sparring in with super high level guys and all that. But there's just been fights fall through. I've tried super hard, called people out. It hasn't, nothing's come to fruition. I was supposed to fight in September and then in October, and it just kept getting pushed back. So I definitely didn't intend on waiting a year. Nobody wants to go a year without getting paid. It's been tough in that regard, but I'm not upset about it. It's just been more time to train and get ready and whatnot because this fight's a must-win. So, I didn't want to wait this long, but it's cool.
I guess looking at it positively, you get to improve, and like you just mentioned earlier,
Right?
you get to spar with some of the best guys on the planet every day.
Absolutely. That's as things would fall through, or we would get a name, to come across the table, and then it would fall through the event or whatever. I just kept thinking, there's a reason this is happening, and it's so I can continue improving and keep getting work in. And I think it actually worked out for the better. So, more. I don't know who gets upset about more time to prepare. So,
Exactly. Now, when did you get down there? When did you actually make the move completely?
So yeah, we fought in December. I drove down here New Year's Day, and started coming 2 weeks at a time. And then in March, we just made the move full time because it was costing just as much as rent in an apartment would to stay in Airbnbs for 2 weeks at a time. So, and I didn't like being away from my wife that much. It was a struggle. I was making just enough money to cover my next 2-week trip when I would be back home working. So, in March, we made the move full time. So we've been on here the majority of the year.
That was when everything just pretty much hit the fan.
Right. That's, it was one of those things where basically we knew the gym was going to get shut down. I'm a martial arts teacher, and I was like, well, I'm not going to have work anyway, so I might as well get some sponsors together and just go train. It's either stay here where the gym's closed, I can't train or make money, or I quit trying to play coach and pro fighter, and I just go full time into training. So that's what we did. A lot of people were against it, and they were like, "You understand, Broward County, Florida is like the worst in the U.S." I was like, "It's the gym's open, we're good." So that's what I did, and I stand behind my decision. So yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of fighters were making the same decision alongside
Right.
you, so it's not
Yeah.
like you were alone.
No, and some guys left.
Mhm.
It's just been weird for everybody. But yeah, when everything got kind of blown up and crazy, and they started shutting everything down, we just went into training camp. we and it's I've been in there 2 days a week, 2 times a day, 6 days a week since March. So yeah, I'm ready to fight.
Definitely, definitely. Now, throughout this whole year, you've been down there at American Top Team, sharpening your skill set. Where do you feel like you've improved the most?
Li- Literally everywhere. My wrestling has gotten better. My jiu-jitsu has gotten better. My boxing has gotten better. My understanding of um, like what to do in certain positions or in situations or in different ranges. And I think the biggest thing is why. Before I knew like a whole bunch of moves, but I didn't know exactly why or why I was doing them or when and how they applied it. And just being under Division 1 wrestlers, Olympic champions, world champ, they've been able to give me those extra little details. So I don't know if there's a particular area that you could say, but my wrestling has definitely gotten a lot better. We're wrestling here multiple times a week with Coach Steve Mako, and that's if one thing has stood out, it would be my wrestling. So yeah.
Steve Malco, a name that you hear all the time, but you never see the face.
Dude, if you could imagine like a war veteran and a grizzly bear combined, that's Coach Malco. So he's like the nicest guy, but he looks like terrifying, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, from what you just explained to me, it feels like on the mental side, it has helped you a lot too.
For sure. I mean, not at first. Like I would come home broken. I mean, when you're peeing blood, or you got busted ribs or whatever on the regular, it takes some days where you question, like, is this really what I want to do? You know, when you got Edson Barboza and Renato Moicano and then Marlon Moraes, all these guys just like, dude, is this what I want to do? But then you start to kind of come into your own and find your way out of positions and like just really start to adapt. It's sink or swim. And so now I'm mentally stronger than I've ever been, because I know the guy I'm fighting is not any of these dudes that I'm on the mat with. So it's going to be like, not taking it lightly or whatever, but it's going to be a relief, honestly. It'll be the easiest round I've had in months. And that's saying a lot. You know, a UFC fight is going to be a relief compared to the guys I'm going with. So I'm strong, man.
Being away for so long and grinding and getting better, and now the anticipation, I guess it's really high for you right now to just be able to show everybody on that stage how good you are.
Yes, it's the people forget about you and they write you off. I mean, you can be coming off of back-to-back one-punch walk-away knockouts, and nobody knows that you've got bulging disc issues. You haven't been off the couch in 6 weeks. You take a fight on 9 days' notice, and get out position and beat up the whole fight and get submitted, and people think you're a nobody, and they forget about you, and then it's a little annoying. So I look at this as my debut. This is my coming out party. For a lot of people, they think I'm Billy Q's punching bag, but I'm not. And if we ran that one back again, it would be one-sided, but it would be reversed. So yeah, and not getting paid for a long time. It's I'm ready to go.
Well, you're returning against Austin Lingo on Fight Island. Thoughts on Abu Dhabi, the trip, the quarantines, the schedule?
It's definitely, I mean, it was supposed to be Las Vegas. That was why when they called me originally and they gave me options for dates, I chose the one that they told me was going to be Las Vegas, because that's a 3-day trip, 4-day trip max. You're in and out. Go get paid and come back home, and I get to be in one of my favorite cities. When now we're going to end up being out there almost 3 weeks, and they're locking you in a hotel room and you're doing a bunch of tests, and there's no performance institute, like it's different. Longer flights, expedited passports, all that mess, but it's cool. It's an experience. It's part of it. It's supposed to happen, so it's it'll be cool. Yeah.
Who are you taking with you on the journey?
Coach Mike Brown will already be out there, so he'll be in my corner. I've been working with him a lot. My training partner Jason Cephalou, he'll be out there with me to drill and stuff in fight week, and then my kickboxing coach from back home, Coach Lance. Some of the other Coach Steve Bruno or Coach Steve Mako, we looked at some of them coming, but it's just I can't ask those guys to step away for 3 weeks while my friends are in training camp back home. It's selfish to even bring that up. Mike Brown was already going to be out there because there's like 6 of us fighting in that whole, me, Dustin, Pedro, Mike Davis, Santiago Ponzinibbio, Mario Kameda, like a whole bunch of us are out there. So Mike Brown's going to already be there. So I'll take him, a training partner, and my coach from back home, and it'll be good, comfortable, people I know, good chemistry. It'll be good.
Lingo, he's in a similar situation as you. He's coming off a debut loss. He's been out for an extended period. Thoughts on this matchup, the stylistic aspects of it?
Stylistically, it's great. He's an exciting guy. Pretty straightforward. He's got good striking, hits hard, and he's got good submissions. He's not a guy that's going to try to jab and run or leg kick you and outpoint you the whole time, but never try to finish. He's not the guy that's going to try to take you down and lay on you and not try to work for advancing position or anything, which is good because when a guy comes forward and tries to fight, it gives you more opportunity than the guy that's just there to go home with a win. So I'm excited. It's a you know I think it's a favorable matchup. I think anywhere we go, I got the technique advantage and the experience advantage. So, yeah, I'm excited. I think it plays out really good. And Austin seems like a really great guy. He hasn't trash talked or anything. So, I like fighting people like that are sportsmen and family men. And so it's going to be good.
When you sign the contract to fight someone, what are some of the few steps or the first steps that you take to understand your opponent?
I used to be like crazy about it, and then you get so overwhelmed with what they're doing and worrying about what they're going to do and all the what ifs. If I throw this punch, if I throw this kick, if I move this way, they're going to do this. Oh, don't do that because remember, he's good at this. So now it's, a quick YouTube search or see if they've got some stuff on Fight Pass. Check their record and see, are they submitting people a lot? If they are, is it from top or bottom? Are they knocking people out? Is it like TKOs or are they like killing people? And just spend 30 minutes getting to know the guy and then don't think about it anymore. And you get some positions you'll work more on or some stuff you'll try to stay away from in camp, but just kind of get a feel for what he's going to do. But then you remember, you really don't ever know. He might be making tons of game changes, tons of improvements, and looking at Austin, he might try to come out and take me down, or he might do like he always does and try to come strike. I don't know, so I don't care. I've just got to go do what I do. So, yeah, that's it.
You've probably been in the longest training camp of your career, and at the same time, you're helping your teammates too prepare for fights. So that must have been very pivotal for you to just keep in the mix and stay ready.
Right. I think that's what people. If I would have fought, twice this year or whatever, I would have trained less because after a fight, usually you're a little banged up, your shins might be bruised up, you have some swelling on your head or what, and you just want to take a week or two to relax and eat and stuff, and then you ease your way back into training. Nobody hits it hard, so I would have collectively trained 6-8 weeks, maybe even 2-3 months less. If I would have had fights, because there would have been tapering down fight week, and then there would have been a couple weeks off afterwards. But there's been none of that. We've skipped birthdays, we've skipped holidays, we've skipped going back home to see family, and we've just been, I've been part of a bunch of people's fight camps who have gone on to win and do well, and it's just one of those instances. I think it's worked out better for me. I've got to train more. So yeah.
Who have been the guys that have come back to help you or just helping you for this fight coming up?
Yeah, so Tony Gravely, he just fought a couple weeks ago. Brock Weaver, Mike Davis, Edson Barboza, Hanato Moicano, a guy named Daniel Wyatt. You don't know his name, but you will. And a bunch of more people, but those are some of the main ones. Guys my size, a little bigger, good wrestlers, good grapplers, and But I try to get rounds with everybody: Adriano Moraes, Pedro Munoz. There's no easy matches here, so that's kind of been my core group, if you could say.
Yeah, that's a meat grinder, if you're gonna explain anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, with that said, what kind of performance are you expecting out of yourself? Is there an urgency for you in this fight to finish it?
Just perform well. Most of my wins are finishes, whether knockout or submission. And if it goes to decision, the guy just, you couldn't knock him out, and he was just too scrambly to submit. But there's always an urgency to perform well, but I'm not going to rush anything. I think that was that's what messed me up on Contender, and that's what messed me up my UFC debut. Is I was so eager to just get my hands on the guy, because I thought, especially the last fight, like I was like, man, this is going to be my best performance ever. This is probably going to be a 30-second fight. And I was just so excited to get my hands on him. And after the first round, I was like, okay, that's over with. Now we're ready to go. And there's no pressure now. I've made it farther than anybody ever thought I was going to. And I'm here. I'm under contract. I've got really good management. So my chances of making it are better than other people's. And I'm just going to go out there and have fun and show my skills and compete really hard and do my best. And the rest will take care of itself. And it'll be some kind of I'm pulling for a bonus. I think this is a fight. I've got a couple things in mind, but I'd say it's a good chance that we either get fight of the night or performance of the night. But I don't feel any pressure, man. I'm just going to go do my best, and whatever happens, happens.
January 16th, UFC Fight Island 7, Abu Dhabi. Jacob, man, appreciate you, and good luck on the fight, and all the best to you for the rest of 2021. It's going to be a crazy year.
Yeah, we're going to make, hopefully, a better year. Stay more active, and maybe we can get some fans back in the seats. And so, yeah, it's but if it's another year like 2020, at least we'll be prepared for it. So, yeah, it'll be good. Cool, man.
Take a move in the ring. You can hit me with a word you